Dinosaur King was one of the few shows dubbed over by the ever so elegant 4Kids, and the reason I want to talk about this one is that it's actually a large part of my childhood. My family didn't have cable when I was a kid, so we got the Saturday morning cartoons on 4Kids and later Toonzai. I missed out on the Pokemon and One Piece years, but I was in time for shows like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, and Dinosaur King. So if you want to be technical, Dinosaur King was one of the first anime I've ever seen in its entirety, and I remember heavily enjoying it too. But how does it hold up now? Now, I'll be specifically talking about the Americanized dubbing of this show for reasons I'll explain soon. The story centers on Max, the son of an archaeologist who encounters Chomp, a tiny triceratops, after exploring the remains of a fallen meteor and accidentally connecting a card with a stone. With Max are his friends Rex and Zoe, and together they go on a colossal adventure to retrieve as many dino cards as they can before the evil team Alpha Gang. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. You really don't need any more explanation for that. Well, much of the nostalgia has worn down a bit, and watching it now, it certainly isn't looking too good. In the vein of the collecting concept in Pokemon, the card system of Yu-Gi-Oh!, and the single partner of Digimon, Dinosaur King is a jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't think the world's expanded upon enough to establish the legitimacy of dinosaurs roaming modern times, but at the same time, what is focused on is at least intriguing enough to keep kids' attentions. The main characters are kind of bland, leisurely written with the 2000s kids anime protagonist tropes you expect. Max is a sort of goof, sort of prodigy, Rex is an aloof but not really friend, and Zoe is the girl. Yeah, just the girl, not really anything else you need there. It also doesn't help that Max's voice actress is Veronica Taylor, the same talent behind Ash Ketchum's first voice. You hear nothing but Ash from him.
Well, what do you say? Should we get back to looking for that Cytania? Once we get to the Pokemon Center, you can have Torchic's energy restored. Right there. Yeah, he'll always be able to find me. As long as I smell like dog food. Mr. Mime, I have some friends at the Pokemon Circus who could really use your help. Electric Charge! Pikachu, Thunderbolt, now!
The comedy's hit and miss. You have the stereotypical 2000s jokes prevalent in this kind of anime, especially with the dubbing, and they can be humorous, but are mostly just filler dialogue that's more campy than actually funny. The running jokes are somewhat mediocre, like the villainess's consciousness of her age or the constant banter between Max and his friends. Though I will say the running joke of Max's mom confusing the dinosaurs for little doggies is pretty funny.
Zoe, I see you had a little dog follow you home as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
There sure are a lot of unusual looking dogs out roaming the streets these days.
Let's be real, the animation hasn't aged well. There are the typical comedic stylings of over-exaggerated expressions so common, but really, it's the CG that sets it down. The dinosaurs were impressive at the time, but nowadays, they look out of place and choppy in this colorful world. The fight scenes I really remember enjoying, but now are more often engaging. The good things are just that, good. The villains I do find myself liking, with their boss being a bumbling but determined scientist and his grandkids just hanging out, being kids. And of course the Alpha Gang, or as some call them, the Diet Team Rocket. Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, they really are that. But to be fair, they do have strong differences. Like I like how sometimes they do get the upper hand, and it looks like a legitimate threat. It's like they could never win because they're late, but when they do get their hands on the dinosaur first, it's actually kinda menacing. But by far, the best part about this 4Kids dub is the best thing of all 4Kids dubs, the theme song. Gotta Catch 'Em All, the pirate rap, Dragon Soul. Yeah, you know it, I know it. 4Kids does some dope ass songs. Just listen to the theme song to Dinosaur King and you'll know how hard it is to get this song out of your head.
Dinosaur King is what you wanna be, yeah. Dinosaur King is your destiny, yeah.
It's corny but exciting. Not much else to expect from 4Kids. All in all, is Dinosaur King bad? Not really. Is it good? Again, no. To be fair, it is for kids, and I think the hyperactivity, some decent animation for 2007, except the CG, and the cheesy but adventurous story with dinosaurs will keep their attention well enough. It can be entertaining for an adult, but only if you turn your brain off and want to watch a show with dinosaurs and that familiar 2000s kids anime nostalgia. Make your move and decide for yourself.